Good morning, everybody. Welcome back from spring break. This is our new unit. We're going to be starting and talking about space. So the first thing that I want you guys to do is you're going to do a project through this whole week. So it's going to be a planet Google Slides presentation. You're going to choose one planet to do to show information on Google Slides. It is due by Friday, so you get to choose whether you want to do a lot of it today or if you want to break it up throughout the week. It's all based on, I would base it on the assignments that you have for other classes and how much time you have. So just to go through here's the steps. You're choosing a planet, so you get to choose which one you want to do. You'll research your planet, you'll take notes on your planet, and then you'll be making a Google Slides presentation. I'll check them on the weekends, make sure they're accurate, and then next week we'll be sharing them among the class. So these are the different things you need to include. So it says the distance from the sun within kilometers, the diameter, is your planet mostly solid or gas? How long does it take for one rotation? How long does it take for one revolution around the sun? And then 3 interesting facts about the planet. So the website that I'll be sharing with you is the NASA website. So it's right over here. So I'm going to show you just like all of where to find all the information with Earth. So here right away it says distance from the sun. You want to make sure it's in kilometers because that's what the assignment asks us to do. So you want to click on the km because that's in kilometers. It will, when you bring it up, it shows it to you in miles. So make sure you clicked on it, and this is it in kilometers. The one thing that you'll notice about the distance from the sun, this is a very accurate website. It's the NASA website. So it does change a little bit for the distance of the sun. And the reason that is because it's always orbiting around the sun. So the orbit might be a little bit 1 kilometer off. That's why it's always changing, because it's always orbiting around the sun. So you can take this, whatever number that you're at. So I would, if I were doing this, I would do 150,010,826. Then I would write that down. The next thing on our list is we're going to find the diameter in kilometers. So for the diameter, you're going to go down and click in depth. And then you're going to come down here, and it does actually only tell us what the radius is. So I want to just take a second. It's a really great math opportunity to just further your idea of diameter versus radius. I think it's a 6th grade skill, but I thought I would just explain it to you. So here on this page, what's the difference between a radius and diameter? So the radius is from one side of a circle to the center. The diameter is from one side of a circle to the other side of a circle. So all you have to do with your radius is times it by 2 to figure out what the diameter is. So for our Google Slides, we want to have the diameter. So we're going to go back here. We're going to look at it with kilometers right here, which it says 6,371 kilometers. So we're going to take that number and times it by 2, and that would be the radius of Earth. Okay, next thing on here. It says, is your planet mostly solid or gas? So that I would go to, back to overview. So after I clicked overview, I go over to planet type, and this is terrestrial. So terrestrial means it's a planet having a compact rocky surface like the Earth. This actually Latin word is earth, is what the meaning of it is in Latin. So if it says that, then it's going to be mostly solid. So for the Earth, we know it's mostly solid. If it says ice giant or if it says gas giant, then those are mostly gas planets. Those are the ones that are farther out from the sun. Okay, so the next thing is how long does it take for one rotation? So rotation versus revolution. Here's a good picture for that. So rotation is how just taking one rotation one rotation around itself on its axis. So for the Earth, it would be 24 hours because we have one rotation that would equal 1 day. So how many hours are in a day? That's the rotation. So the revolution, how long does it revolve around the sun? That for us is how many days are in a year. So that would be 365. Technically, it's 365.25, which is why every 4 years we need a leap year. But you could just write 365. So that's revolution around the sun. So the revolution is how long does it take to go around the sun. The rotation is just how long does it spin. So for the Earth, you would have length of a year. That would be its revolution. And then to find out you would go to in-depth to find out for the rotation because that's under quick fact. So for days, it says 23.9. This is what you would put for the rotation. So this is rotation. That's revolution. So how long does it revolve around the sun? Then the last thing is 3 interesting facts about your planet. So there is a lot of information here. It really depends on how much time you have, but it's a great site just to look in and find some really interesting facts. If you go to overview again, it does have like the 10 top facts. Just find some interesting facts. Not something, not copying and pasting something that you don't understand. That's not fun. Or repeating that it's mostly gas or it's mostly solid. Like, don't do those kind of interesting facts. Find something that you think is really interesting that you want to share with the class. It's not letting me go down right now. All right. Oh, there you go. So also down at the bottom it says 10 need to know things about our home planet. Like this over here, the Earth has 24 hours. You already told us that. Don't tell us that again as an interesting fact. But this might be one. Like if the Earth were as tall as a typical front door, Earth would be the size of a nickel. That's just putting in perspective the sun and the Earth. So that could be an interesting fact. Let me just show you too a student from last year, just how they put it together to make it look nice. So on Google Slides, if you have time, if you don't have time, I understand you guys have a lot of work to do this week for Ms. Cheney and I. But if you have time, you can kind of go through and make the slides look nice. I would like to see everything on a different page so that we can see it and read it a little bit easier. But do the best that you can. Please, again, let me know if you guys have any questions or if I can help you out. I would like this to be done by Friday just so I could check it over the weekend. Thank you.